Hey, welcome back. And I know we've been gone for a long time. Some of you are used to seeing the Cyber Knights in this time slot. If any of you guys are here still paying attention to us, we welcome you. If not, we're still going to post this up on YouTube like we always do. But tonight we're starting things a little different. We are introducing our new format, the Sputter Games. And unlike some of our previous shows with Cyber Knights or Tomb of Annihilation or any of the other story based shows that we've been presenting here, the Sputter Games is going to be more like an exploration of different tabletop games out there. And I have myself, DM Dave, hi there, hello, and a group that I'm going to introduce you to right now in just a second. And we are just going to be taking you guys through exploring new games, playing things for the first time, futzing around with them, learning how to do them, learning the rules. And we're going to be just presenting a bunch of different games to you on different weeks. So tonight we're going to be starting with the classic rules light RPG system, Roll for Shoes. Roll for Shoes. And then next week we're going to have Coochie Main here going to be, or Dominic, I just said it out loud, whether you wanted me to or not. I haven't even let you guys introduce yourselves. I should have done that part first, but he's going to be running us through Dungeon Crawl Classics. And then down the line, I'm thinking about bringing in something like Kobolds Ate My Baby. There's lots of tabletop games out there for you to love and enjoy. And we just want to open your eyes and let you guys see that there's more out there than just Cyberpunk, D&D, and Pathfinder. There's some really cool stuff out there that's just fun as hell to play. All right, let me go ahead and go down the line and introduce most of these people you've already met, but myself included. I am Dave, or DM Dave. You can find me at Dave's World Games on Instagram, or Dave's World AI on Facebook. And let me go ahead and introduce, you know her as Vile Violet from Cyberpunk, but let me go ahead and introduce Bailey. Tell them who you are and where they can find you.
My name is Bailey. It's not my government name, but it's what I choose to go by. You can find me at Floral Gypsy 25 on Instagram. And otherwise, you can find me here on Dave's website, or not website, Discord page for Sputter Games. You can always message me at Vile Violet in Sputter Games. I'm here for some Roll for Shoes.
All right. And again, another familiar voice for you guys. We've got Eric, who plays Legion on Cyber Knights. But Eric, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, where they can find you.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric, otherwise known as Nago or Nagatsu. You can find me pretty much anywhere under that moniker, Nagatsu, Nagatsu_Seiken, Nagatsu11, any combination thereof. If you see it, it's probably me. Feel free to hit me up. I'm happy to answer any questions, what have you. And yeah.
Fantastic. All right, and then there's a couple of new voices that you might not be familiar with. I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to Vex and Dono. Vex, and tell them who you are and where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Vex and Dono. I don't have much of a social media presence at the moment. I might start up a Facebook or an Instagram for you guys to enjoy, but at the moment, this is where you can find me on Sputter Media.
All right, fantastic. And last but certainly not least, the latest to join the Sputter crew, Mr. Coochie Main. Go ahead and tell them who you are, where they can find you.
Hey people, my name is Dominic. Much like Vexen, I do not have much of a social media presence, but if you want to follow a basically dead page, you could find me at Kung Fu Panda Malang. Can I shout out my SPG profile too?
By all means, go ahead.
Okay, cool. I also am a professional game master. Dave has helped me a lot in getting my my business off the ground, and I can be found at the Adventurous GM on startplaying.games.
Yes, and if you guys are not familiar with startplaying.games, by all means, check it out. It's an excellent place to get your game on for pretty much anything. Any game you can think of, they have cultivated DMs and find the time slot that you're looking for, find the game that you're looking for. It's pretty cool. Alrighty then. So let's actually get started on Roll for Shoes. For those of you who don't know, Roll for Shoes is a tabletop RPG microsystem with a very simple set of rules. Here are the rules. First, say what you do. Example, I roll to see if I have shoes on, and then you roll a number of d6s determined by the level of relevant skill you have. If the sum of your roll is higher than the opposing roll, the thing you wanted to happen happens. At the start, you have only one skill. Do anything one. Although we might fudge that, give you a couple extra skills. We were playing around with that last time with the format, and it kind of made things real fun to have a couple extra skills to start around with. We'll look at that during character creation. But anyway, at start, you have only one skill. Do anything one. If you roll all sixes, you get a new skill specific to the action, one level higher than the one you used. So you can only level up the skill that is relevant to what you just did, right? For every roll you fail, you get 1 experience point. XP can be used to change a die into a 6 for advancement purposes only. So not for success or failure, but just for the purposes of changing it to a 6 so that you can say, I had all 6s and I go up a level. And that is it. That's the rules. That is the entirety. Huh?
I'm just kidding. I said too complicated. Bowing out now.
So, if anybody is interested in playing this game, it is free. All you got to do is just go to roll4, spelled out like the word, F-O-R, roll4shoes.com, and you will find the rules and a number of scenarios for you and your friends to play with. And it is just so easy to pick up. It's my best way to describe this game is it's like D&D meets Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's really heavy on just being a funny improv because like you just roll off of what goes wrong. Right? And that's kind of like really what the spirit of improv truly is. Just like rolling off of what goes wrong and turning it into something that works and is hilarious, right?
Like shoving
Yeah,
a
you
potato
essentially
in
get
the
to make up your
wound.
own skills.
Yes, and you get to make up your own skills, right? Speaking of rolling, I just realized that I left my dice box literally on the other side of the room, so I have to take off my headphones to go grab them really quick. God damn it, I always do shit like this, motherfucker.
Did anyone else hear their D20 crying in confusion as you close the dice box without taking it out?
I heard the 25,000 d20s I have in my dice bag cry as I did not grab them.
That's an
I have way too many
over-exaggeration.
dice.
There's only like 100 in there.
Oh, dude,
Sorry, only 100.
I just have a specific box that is for DM dice.
Oh, I have a specific box for World of Darkness, or a specific bag for World of Darkness dice. I only roll them playing as a World of Darkness character. I will use random dice otherwise. Like if I'm running a World of Darkness campaign, those dice that I have roll 10s more than any other dice that I have ever rolled in my life, and they're not weighted.
So, for everybody to play, you guys just need a handful of D6s. 4, 5, 6 is good. You don't really need many more than that. So, tonight we're going to do hard die rolls, which is just something we haven't done in forever on this show because we're always using the VTT. which is great because it lets the chat be able to keep track with the rolls and everything. But this one is just one of those games where honestly it doesn't really matter what the rolls are. We're just gonna shout out and have some fucking fun. So, are you ready to go?
Where the stats are made up and the rolls don't matter.
Where the stats are made up and the rolls don't matter. That is exactly right. So,
Are we playing Ember?
So,
That's a callback.
That was a callback.
Yep.
All right. So, like I said, if you go on the website, Roll for Shoes, there's a number of scenarios for you guys to choose from out there for you guys to play with. Some of them are really fun. There was one that I was really tempted to do tonight, but I did choose to write my own scenario for this little adventure. And this scenario is called High Fantasy. You asked for it. And yeah, you guys feel free to take that however you like as we get into the scene. Here is the introduction. You are all a group of heroes traveling through the countryside. A group of villagers asks for your help dealing with a terrible threat. Now, here's one of the things about Roll for Shoes that is different from other tabletop games. Typically, me as a GM, I'm going to have a script or a scene or something in front of me that tells you guys what is going to happen. But no, that's not how this game works. In this game, you guys are going to invent what happens together. This is kind of like how asking the audience for the prompts, in Whose Line.
Yep.
So, what is threatening the villagers? I want each of you, all four of you. I forgot to mention, you should all have a pen and paper or something to take notes on. If you did not have that, try and be quick.
I've already started taking notes. I think the villagers getting attacked by horny
Nope. Write it down.
Okay.
Once everybody's got their answers, we shall share. And so here's what's going to happen is you guys are going to take turns reading your answers, and then as a group you're going to decide what the threat is. And the threat could be one of your choices, or it could be a combination of them. It's really up to you, but y'all are putting it together now.
I'd like to double down on the response.
Go for it. What you can answer first. What is your suggestion for threatening the villagers?
Horny bandits.
Horny bandits. Okay, horny bandits. Maybe they just had a little bit too much MDMA.
Yeah, man, they could be really high in this high fantasy adventure.
Something like that. Okay, let's hear some other suggestions, though. How about you, Naga?
Rabies.
Rabies is threatening the villagers. Okay. Vexendono.
Trolls with bodacious badonkadonks.
Trolls with bodacious badonkadonks. All right, Coochie, what'd you come up with?
Mine is building-sized house cats.
Building-sized house cats. So they're actually house cats.
Oh my god, that's so much better. Can we rewind the stream a little bit?
So we're gonna get attacked by the bus from Totoro?
That's great. Okay, so y'all got to come up with something from that.
Rabid horny troll bandits.
That are the size of that are shaped like house cats?
Or have
house cats with bodacious badonkadonks with rabies.
Oh god. So you just want to smush it all together into some one weird Cronenberg thing.
Hey, I like that.
Absolutely.
Maybe horny trolls mounted on rabbit house cats.
Hey, that would
I
get
like
horny trolls with bodacious badonkadonks who are bandits and are riding gigantic house cats with rabies.
With rabies. The trolls are immune.
Regen has its advantages.
Exactly.
All right, so that is what is threatening the villagers. All right, question number 2. What makes the party hesitant to investigate? And again, don't shout out your answers, just write it down real quick.
Oh, shit.
All right, I'm going to go back the other way. Coochie, you go first.
Okay, well, I'm still writing, but I'll
Okay, I can give you a little more time.
legend. I'm good. I'm good. Legend has it the secretion of the Badonky Donks is known to turn adventurers to stone.
Oh, so if you lap up that booby milk, you go you get hard.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
If you lap up that booby milk, you get hard. Oh god, this went south so fast. All right. Who's next? Vexen.
You gotta come back to me. I'm still recovering. Hold on. I'm dying over here.
Naga. Oh god.
I got nothing, so I just went with dead ass.
We all really honed in on the Badonky Donks.
Uh-huh.
Well, I specifically wrote infections, but that fully pertains to badonkadonk
I
secretions.
mean, there's it all kind of fits. I guess we're just waiting on you, Dono.
All right, the village chief's daughter is betrothed to the troll bandit's daughter.
Wait, the
Wait,
daughter's
so but no,
daughter?
but why does that make the party hesitate? Like
We saw them, and we're scared for her.
No, I can't. That's. I'm sorry. That's way too much fill-in.
I can sort of see like
one.
I can sort of see an angle where it's like we dealing with the troll issue is what the citizenry of the village wants, but we fear the wrath of the noble whose daughter is betrothed to the troll horde. Just to try to yes and it a little bit, but yeah, I still would understand nixing. But that's an angle I can see.
The angle I can see is I just dropped my fucking dice all over the goddamn ground. Clumsy ass mother trucker. Give me a second.
How many natural ones did you roll, man?
7.
That's an amount.
Thank you, Gucci, for explaining that in a more diplomatic way.
I do what I can.
Mm.
Really?
So
Although
it sounds like our answer is
the whole
butt juice, stoning, and marriage proposal? Or marriage contract?
I love the idea of like trolls menacingly ripping off their diapers for combat.
I do. No, they can't rip it off for combat. They put them on for combat. They gotta protect the batonkaton.
I honestly just imagined like the lifting of a loincloth and a spray of juice.
Up on a
Oh
kill.
God!
I've got it down in my notes.
This
as
is already
acid
going
creation.
swimmingly. I still can't find 2 dice, but fuck it. I got 4. Should be good enough. Anyway,
How immature can a group of 25-plus-year-olds be?
With the accumulative maturity of a 12-year-old.
I know,
Yeah.
right? I was about to say, I swear to God, audience, we're not 12.
That's also me assuming ages. I don't actually know the age of at least 2 people that I'm hanging out with right now.
Oh no, you're right. I have no right to act this way. You're correct.
I have every right to act this way. I am an adult, and I demand that I can do what I want in my spare time.
that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so
I
we
pay bills.
have the what made the party hesitate was the nastiness that they can get from these trolls, pretty much. If we were to just sum that up, and or rabid cats. But despite the hesitation, what finally convinces the party to help the villagers? So write that down. So something convinces you, like, all right, the risk is worth it.
I'm ready.
Same.
Just shout it out at this point.
Them badonkadonks.
Him badonkadonks. Gonna destroy that ass.
I've got one.
Go for it.
The adventurers have dug up in the village archives a tale of a legendary ball of yarn bathed in eternal flame, which gives them hope they could fight off this threat.
I love that.
So you have to go on a quest to find this eternal flaming ball of yarn. I like that. Anything else that somebody wants to add to that?
I want to add that the person who is DM for most of the time can't talk before anybody else anymore because his ideas make all of our ideas sound lame.
Coochie, don't go first no more.
Okay, noted. Everyone should get a mute button for me.
I wrote down the drug from Limitless. I don't remember what it was called.
I don't remember what it was called. The Limitless drug works, though. I mean, cool. Yeah.
Their butt juices are actually the drug from Limitless.
The butt juices are actually the drug from Limitless. They give you limitless power.
How do we collect the butt juices to take them in pill form?
They gotta fart out that load.
You gotta figure it out.
Oh no.
All right. So at this point, I want each of you to write down what your character's name is and a brief description. That's it. Just character name. What's your name and a brief description, and I'll give you guys the do 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 do. Okay, I'm done. Who's ready?
For bonus points, name the give me the name of that song.
I don't know. I do know it has a name, but I remember like that being a trivia question. Like, what's the name of the Jeopardy song? It's not the Jeopardy song.
No, it's not.
I don't got it.
It's called Think.
It's called Think. Okay.
Oh, that's an interesting tidbit that I feel like I might actually be able to store in the.
It's useful as shit at trivia. You wouldn't.
Yeah, now you can crush
really
trivia night,
how
right?
That question comes up.
I believe it. I believe that it's somebody else's turn to tell us who they are. Man, don't jump at me all at once. Go for it.
My character's name is Sumatra Espresso. I am a lizard folk coffee farmer turned adventurer seeking enlightenment to grow the most wonderful coffee. He wears a black tunic and red pants. His weapon of choice is a ladle.
Well, hold back on the just do a name and brief description because gear and background and shit. Those are further questions.
Oh, all right. There you go. He has brownish caramel scales that pattern in a creamy leaf pattern across his back.
And you will start with the skill. In addition to your do anything 1, you get caffeination 2.
He loves that so much more than you understand.
I believe it. Eric, go for it. Naga.
So, I am a orcish barbarian fighter by the name of Spontaneous Boutte. And I'm basically in rough leathers and furs and basically just shit scavenged from the wild.
All right. You get the skill Dominate 2.
Oh.
Rough leather, lots of sticks to hit people with. Fill in your own blanks. Bailey.
My name is not nearly as clever as either of theirs. I went with Briar Rose. I'm an elvish warrior with a scientific background. I'm tall and like pale with silver hair. I carry a bow and I work for the Elven High Council in the like science department.
All right. I'm going to give you the skill Research 2.
Cool.
Alrighty then. And who's next? Vexen Donald. You already went. You're the lizard folk. Coochie.
I already went.
So I am going to be Bumblefook, the village idiot with a charmed life.
Bumblefuck. No, Bumblefook, sorry.
Yeah, we don't want to get demonetized too fast.
Yeah,
Bumblefook.
Bumblefook. All right. And description of Bumblefook?
He's your standard village idiot without getting too much into his precise equipment. Basically, just has various handcrafted horrible instruments of entertainment and is found drunk or dancing in the village square at all hours of the day and night.
All right. You are getting the skill Buffoonery 2.
Let's go.
All right. Now,
Sumatra Espresso loves Bumblefook.
each of you normally has a background from which you learn to be particularly good at something. Write down what is your background and what did it make you good at. All right, let's shoot it over to Bailey first this time. Whoops.
I put research assistant, mixing chemicals and other matter to elicit specific reactions.
That's my bad. If that you were hearing that echo, that was entirely my bad. I was trying to send the link to somebody, so the Twitch was open on my phone. Say that again.
Research assistant. I spent a lot of time mixing chemicals and other matter to elicit specific reactions.
Okay. All right, let's kick it over to our orcish friend, Mr. Booty Licker. No, that wasn't it. Badonkadonk. No, that wasn't it either.
Spontaneous boutte.
Spontaneous boot. I was close. All right, spontaneous. What's your background and what did you learn to be particularly good at?
Blacksmithing. Made me
What?
really, really good with a hammer.
What smithing?
Blacksmithing.
Oh, okay, I heard something so different. Okay, cool. Because these are not the hammer. The hammer is my penis. Good old Dr. Horrible. Alrighty then, blacksmithing, interesting. Let's go ahead and kick it over to Vexendono. What's your background? What did you learn to be particularly good at?
My background was I was sent off to school at a very young age to study law to become a constable. That was my background. I
Cool.
decided not to do that and took up farming instead.
Oh, okay. I mean, a couple of you kind of put your backgrounds in already, and like this is what I'm finding is you already gave me the necessary thing to give you that second skill, right? So finally, let's hear from Coochie.
Okay, so my background, like you just said, we kind of covered. I was a horrible entertainer, but in a bit of glorious cliche, the money I got didn't really come from the entertaining. It came from my much smarter than me partner who would sell rotten tomatoes to throw at me. So my skill is dodging rotten tomatoes.
Got it. All
I
right,
love that.
finally, each member of the party has a specific role and relevant gear. What is your role? Write down what is your role in the party and what critical piece of equipment do you carry to help you fulfill your role. And I'm going to be giving you guys a third skill based on that piece of equipment. Hint, hint.
So I'll start because mine I have kind of right off the bat. My role for the party is the rodeo clown, and my equipment is an old tambourine.
All right, so you have performance 3. First at the start. All right, let's hear from Mr. Naga.
My role would be close range combat. And
Surprise, surprise.
I know, right? I carry a great hammer with me pretty much everywhere.
All right. So, yes, you get Hammer 3 to start.
Right. There we go.
And Vexendono. What is your
I
role in the
am
party
the
and
group
what
cook.
Okay, go ahead.
I am the group cook and coffee expert. I carry a pot and kettle with me so that I can cook and brew at the same time.
All right. So, go ahead and take Cooking 3 as your third skill. And last but not least, Bailey, what is your role in the party and what critical piece of equipment do you carry to help you fulfill the role?
I am bringing with me the mixer or the analyzer, whatever you determine its name is better suited for. I'm the group scientist. I'm trying to help us make this drug that I need butt juice to make.
Since this is high fantasy, you have an alchemy kit.
That's fine. I'm bringing my cauldron.
Your cauldron. There you go. Cauldron. There we go. So we'll go with Cauldron 3. You have a Cauldron 3 as a starting skill.
Nice.
All right. So the team will benefit from having someone from the village on the mission, likely a sheriff or equivalent. So we are going to roll an NPC.
Mhm.
All right. So, I don't have. Give me a second. I need to grab the link that has the roll table that I'm looking for. Excellent. All right.
Was
So
it-
first, we're gonna. I need one of you to give me a roll for description. What is the description of this person? And we're gonna say he's the village sheriff, and he's gonna, or he's one of the deputies that the sheriff is sending along with you to help you track down the mythical flaming ball of yarn. And so, somebody give me 2d6.
Reroll.
All right. Grand total of 5.
No, I don't need the total. I need the individual die numbers.
Oh, 4 and 1.
4 and 1. He is obese, and let's find out his personality. Bailey, let's roll for his personality. 2d6. Bailey, muted.
I'm so sorry. I rolled a 4
On 2d6.
and a 2.
Okay, thank you. 4 and a 2. He is obese and maniacal. And we're going to call him Sheriff Judd, or Deputy Judd. Deputy Judd is obese and maniacal. And he's following along to make sure you guys go get the flaming ball o' yarn. So, the party is assembled and has answered the call to glory. The quest outlined. You should now speak freely about what obstacles you think you might find along the way as you quest. So you guys are all sitting around the fire along with Deputy Judd, who you guys are getting ready to head towards the mythical mountain that holds the fabled ball of flaming yarn. And you're sitting there resting and around the campfire, maybe cooking something to eat, maybe planning out some things. But I really want to hear from you. What do you guys think that you might encounter? What are some problems that you think that you might have to deal with on the journey? Not necessarily the, big fight with the badonkadonk trolls in the village.
The cold mountains.
Yeah.
So you're afraid of some environmental dangers, perhaps.
Yeah.
What else?
Bumblefook would be like, what kind of creatures would have a ball of yarn? Perhaps a coven of evil grandmothers or spiders.
Coven of evil grandmothers. Ah, yes, the coven of evil grandmothers that protects the mythical flaming ball of yarn is something that you guys are wary of, indeed. What else? What else might happen along the way?
I mean, if we're going to be in the mountains, rock slides. I'm worried about rock slides. I'm worried about getting crushed by something.
Okay, that's still environmental disasters.
And I mean, hell, aren't trolls native to the mountains?
Oh, I almost forgot. I need one more person to roll the race. I forgot to do the race of Deputy Judd. I just need 1d6 for that.
5.
Deputy Judd is a fairy. An obese, maniacal fairy. An obese, maniacal fairy. You often see him, he's keeping along with the party while he's flying, but, you see him change altitude a lot as his breathing.
Oh no!
I feel like our Deputy Judd needs a shotgun to rest his ass against and a cold beer.
All right.
Can I? Do I have any beer on me?
Roll to see if you
I
have
haven't
beer.
Beer, beans, whiskey, and lard. So
Roll to
those are
see
the
if
four
you have
or the
beer.
5 basic food.
Roll to see if you have beer.
2.
You rolled a 2?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 5. You do not have beer, but you do get an experience point.
Damn it! I will gain an XP.
Is there anything else anybody would
sorry.
like to do while you're around the fire, or to either talk or prep for what is to come?
Yeah, Bumblefook's worried about, of course, Clothwing, the dragon hoarder of textiles.
Clothwing, the dragon hoarder of textiles. Yes, that is a huge threat. Clothwing is notorious in these parts, and has even been spotted circling the village once or twice.
Hell, may even have to deal with some refugees.
Are you telling me I have to worry about a dragon stealing a fiery ball of yarn from us after we collect it?
Yep.
I didn't tell you anything.
Don't forget about the crocheting hag. She's very prevalent every once in a while.
Well, yeah, but she's part of the coven that is protecting the golden ball of yarn in the first place. You know, hags, covens, etc.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of their thing. All right.
What about the old wizard who divorced from one of the hags in the coven?
And he has to get her brassiere off in order to get the magic wand that shuts off all the minions. I think I was picking up what you're putting down.
We must find the ancient prenup.
All right. So,
Clothwing was a person in the dependency.
it is the day has passed, shall we say, and it is time to begin adventuring. You start exploring the countryside surrounding the village, trying to track down the location of the fabled flaming ball. But right now, nobody knows where to go. You've heard the legends, but you don't know how to get there.
Can I look at a map?
Oh, roll to see if you have a map.
2.
I got a 6. You do not have a map, but you do have an experience point.
This die is going into dice jail.
I would like to ask Deputy Judd if he perhaps knows the direction that the fiery yarn may be in.
Deputy Judd starts going, "Oh, yeah, I know. It's all the way up in the mountains somewhere."
All the way up in the mountains somewhere.
All the way up in the mountains somewhere. And then, like, he's pointing at the mountain, and it's like a huge mountain range. We're literally talking about a good, like, 50 freaking linear miles of range, a good, 500,000 square miles of mountain area. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's not very helpful.
Okay.
I checked my stocks of coffee and food.
Give me a coffee check. Or wait, is that one of or caffeinated? Was that one of your skills, right? Caffeinated?
Yeah.
Caffeination 2.
All right,
Yeah.
you have caffeination too. Give me a caffeination check.
I got a 7.
I got a 5. That beats my 7. You have fully stocked caffeine supply.
Word.
Perfect. I'll spend 1 XP to go up to 3.
Fantastic.
Okay. I want to kind of thumb through my collection of poems in my pack and see if I can find anything relevant to this ball of yarn.
All right. So if it's poems, that's kind of a bardic thing. I'd give that a perform check. Give me your perform roll.
And it's the result of the all my dice added together.
Correct.
10.
Mhm.
10. That definitely beats my 8. So you are familiar with this poem that kind of describes, go up the river and down the tree, around the bend, and there you'll be. The flaming yarn shall set you free and burn down your enemy. I just improvised that, but
Fantastic.
yeah. So you recall some kind of poem that gives you like a legendary thing that kind of gives you a route that is if you know the poem and you see the right landmarks, you might be able to follow it.
I'm going to hit myself in the head with my hammer and see if that produces any visions.
Hammer. Roll your hammer check.
I want to say in retrospect, I'm reciting the poem to the beat of him hitting himself in the head with the hammer. I think he's part of my performance.
12.
I had a 1. You hit yourself in the head with a hammer, and you succeed in seeing lots of pretty colors. Oh, the thing you wanted to happen happened. You had a vision. And let's say while Boutte is unconscious, he sees a group of 4 ugly women just knitting something, but they're all knitting from that same flaming ball.
I would like to pour some espresso down spontaneous Boutte's mouth.
Give me a
And I'm
caffeinated
back to wake
check.
him up.
Give me a caffeinated check.
13.
I got a 10. You, spontaneous, you wake up with just scalding hot coffee running down your throat.
And there's also a tambourine shaking in your face as Bumblefook says, "Oh, spontaneous, great oracle of CTE, what have you seen?"
I would like to make a judgment check.
That sounds like a do anything one, but what are you trying to judge?
What the hell are these people doing?
Roll a d6.
We're doing our best, damn it.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 5. You have no idea what these people are doing. But you got an XP. But if you want to spend that on this roll, it has to be relevant to the action you just took. So that would be... What did you say? You were trying to do a what? A what check?
I was judging them.
A judging check. So you can take this XP and make it judging too.
Me trying to figure out what they're doing, so I can literally just be like, "What is going on?" from my corner.
But what I'm saying is you can take that XP and get judging too.
I'll take the XP.
You'll just bank it?
Yeah, I don't need to like upgrade my I'm better than you skill, I don't think.
You don't think? You don't think an I'm better than you skill is worth upgrading? Okay.
Okay, I'll take the judgment too.
In response to her question, I'm going to be like, I was trying to wake him up. Coffee wakes me up. It woke him up. It works. I don't know what they're doing.
But he started with slamming himself in the head with a hammer.
Well, now that he's awake, that might have had an effect.
I know, right? I did have visions.
I'm
Pretty
Do
colors.
you eat food? Do you eat food, miss?
I do.
Some plants find that weird. Briar.
No. Remember, she's not a plant person this time. That was the last time we played where she was playing a sentient plant. She's an elf
I'm
this
a gardener.
time.
Funny.
Bumblefook sees the judgment and disappointment in their allies' eyes, but mistakes that for them being entertained, as that's what he's seen most of his life, and goes over and shakes the tambourine and puts out his hat, expecting to get a handful of coin for the excellent performance.
All right.
He and
Why don't
Spontaneous
you
I put
go
a
ahead
handful of
and
coffee beans in his hat.
go ahead and give me a begging check, but I don't think you have that as a skill, so that's going to be a do anything one.
Hey, I got a 1. Did you roll lower than a 1?
I did not roll lower than a 1, so that is a failure. You fail to beg, but you do get an XP that you can either apply to this skill or bank it for later.
I think I'm gonna bank that.
All right. So, just to be
Could you
clear,
repeat that
when
poem
you
to me
spend
one more
XP...
time, though?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I was talking in character, but
Oh.
I don't have a character voice, so you can tell. Go ahead.
I was just wanting to remind you, so when you spend XP, it does have to be on the skill you just used. So if you cannot, like, retroactively increase a different skill or apply XP to a skill you did not just use right then. So you can't be like, oh, I'm going to use this XP on my hammer skill when I just rolled a research or whatever. Tracking?
Yep,
Yes.
totally understand.
Cool. Saying that for clarification because there was some confusion about that when we played the test game last week. Alrighty then. So at this point, Deputy Judd, the manic obese fairy, is gonna be like, "All right, guys," as he's like licking his fingers as he finishes the delicious breakfast brought to us by our cook friend. And he starts like trying to do a sit up. All right, and then he realizes, wait a minute, I've got wings, and then he just starts fluttering, and then realizes he doesn't actually have to sit up all the way, and starts fluttering and says, "All right, to the mountain." Ish.
As we're walking, could you repeat that poem for me one more time? Around the tree and up the sky.
The character can.
Yeah. River, tree, ball of yarn.
Okay, I write down the instructions. Do you need me to roll for pen and paper?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
as soon as the sheriff tells us to go off, Bumblefook, with reckless abandon, just like immediately starts walking in that direction, well ahead of the rest of the group, inviting any danger that could possibly come upon us.
So
Espresso is right behind him, uncomfortably so, just following because he's like he's obviously the leader. We're following him.
And
I would've been
Deputy
following him
Judd
too, but
is
he's the last.
huffing and
That was
puffing and buzzing along the way behind you guys, quite a distance. I mean, like he's dragging fairy ass.
And Bumblefook will be like, "Oh, perfect. That guy was kind of a narc anyway."
All right. Oh, he's still like within eye shot, but not necessarily earshot. He's definitely focused way more on just keeping up than he is on what's happening.
I agree. He's a total narc. He tries to get me double taxed on my coffee every year.
Fantastic. You come across a river.
Bumblefook immediately jumps in with all of his clothes on and tries to swim across.
Okay, well, as
I saw that in my visions.
as Bumblefunk jumps into the water, a group of evil clones of the party jumps out, one for each of you. You guys see an evil lizard folk, an evil elf, an evil orc, and an evil bumblefuck. I can't remember what you said you were. You just said village idiot. I don't even think you picked a race.
I didn't. Human.
Okay. And they are attacking the party. And first, they match up on each of you. So even Bumblefuck, your evil clone, jumps right into the water with you. And what is your highest skill?
Performance 3.
Okay. And he starts trying to dance battle you. And since you're
Okay.
in the river, this is a synchronized swimming dance battle.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And so I need you to give me a performance check.
Okay. That is a 11.
So I got a 16. So you are getting outdanced by your evil clone. This guy starts doing these like amazing like moves and like jumping out of the water like a dolphin. You're like, "What? How the damn, that guy's got some core." And you are put to shame and embarrassed and utter failure against this evil clone of yourself who is out dance battling you in the water. And then we come over to Bailey. What's your highest skill?
My highest skill is Cauldron 3.
Cauldron 3. So, your evil clone just comes up and literally just starts swinging their copy of their cauldron at you like a flailing weapon.
Damn!
I need you to give me a cauldron check to defend against it.
Wow, that's terrible. I rolled a 7.
I rolled a 13. And Rose, what was your Briar Rose gets knocked upside the head and falls unconscious and gets 1 XP.
I wasn't ready.
No, you weren't. And then next we have Naga. Naga, what is your highest skill? Hammer, right?
Yep, hammer
All
3.
right.
Can I tap into my? Can I tap into the caffeine that was given to me to get an additional D6 on that to transcend time and space?
You can give me a do anything 1 check to see if that works.
All right. Oh, 1.
I got an 8. So no, you are not getting a bonus from caffeine, but you did get an XP.
Cool.
However, I still need an
sig-
opposed hammer check.
Yep. Oh my god. 3 1s.
Oh no. It is not hammer time.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I got a 19. And
More confetti.
once again, Mr. Boutte is unconscious on the ground. And finally,
That's all right.
we come to... I know, you're so used to just being knocked the fuck out in... Like, every Sputter game, Naga just gets knocked the fuck out. It is his curse. Anyway.
So would you say that I've seen all of this happening?
Well, it is your turn. And what is your highest skill?
I have caffeination 3 and cooking 3.
You get to pick one of them then.
I will choose in the spirit of my character. I will choose caffeination 3.
All right. Let's see if you can.
And I would like to bust out a set of Turkish coffee preparers
Mm-hmm.
and head to my evil twin who probably cooks decaf.
Oh no, he's got exactly the same stuff as you. And matter of fact, his is Sumatran, and he's even got those little like fucking monkey turd beans.
Lemon.
Oh God! No,
I know.
the Shivet cat beans.
Yeah, the
The most
polecat,
expensive fucking beans.
the polecat shit beans. Yeah, he's using those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really fuck
it's
with
called
you.
Oh fuck. Okay. He's bringing on the pain. I'm gonna be like, I want to try that when we're done.
Luwak.
I got a 13.
Hey, you.
2 6s and a 1.
Do you have any banked XP?
I do have 1 banked XP.
Then you could turn that into
I'm not going to
caffeine
use
4.
No,
Because you
I'm
turn
not
the
going to use it.
No, okay.
I'm going to save that.
Well, The good news is you succeeded, so that means you're not going to be able to come back to it. But you already made that choice. Good for you. So
Yep.
you managed to just run around in circles. Basically, you and your counterpart are so caffeinated, you're getting like Quicksilver from Marvel, right? You're just like, bet you didn't see that coming. And but you seem to be the faster of the two. However, while you were focused on your counterpart, your entire party got knocked the fuck out. And when your counterpart decides to run away, you see that all the other bad guys have run away after knocking your buddies out, and it's just you and everybody unconscious. And of course, no, sorry. It was just Bailey and Naga that got knocked unconscious. Bumfuck? No, Bumblefuck?
Bumblefuck.
Bumblefook.
Bumblefook.
Bumblefook is not unconscious. He's just sobbing on the bank of the river about being outdanced by himself.
I would like to be floating downriver crying, not even aware that I'm somewhat...
Well, I will say the river's not moving very fast. You're still in the vicinity.
Okay. So I'm like lazy river, just kind of sobbing on my back floating down the river.
And then
away from the
you hit a log so that you're not moving further downriver. You're just kind of like swaying against the log with the current. I'm not trying to split up the party even accidentally. All right.
I will walk up to Bumblefook and ask him, "What is wrong, Bumblefook?"
I'm not the dancer I thought I was, brother.
I apologize that this bothers you so, but I ask you, what is the next most important step a man can take? Or in your case, dancer can take.
I believe after you've been shown up in such a way, the only next step is life of destitution and being mocked in the streets. I'm not worthy of the arts, brother.
You have already lived that life, so take the next step and journey with me.
And he says, I'll do my best. I'll do my best as we have taken on this quest. And he stands up and is kind of dejectedly shambling back through the river toward the unconscious party.
Before
I give him a little bit of coffee.
While you are helping him to his feet, Deputy Judd is finally huffing and puffing and buzzing along and catching up to you guys like, oh, good, we're taking a break.
Where's your counter? Oh, wait, they probably haven't got here yet.
Yeah.
I look to the... Espresso looks to the other side of the river looking for the Ares counterpart.
And the fairy's counterpart...
I think you won!
Yeah, I think the fairy's counterpart, you see him, like, trying to catch up to the ones that got away already, but he just hasn't gone very far.
I'm gonna put
But he is on the other side of the river, I will say that.
I'm gonna put my hand on the shoulder of my friend who just helped me out of my state in the river and say, brother, start cooking. This is going to be a hot dog eating contest. I can feel it.
I will start. I bust out my utensils and I start just cooking.
All right,
like
give me
a madman.
Give me a
I look
cooking check.
longingly at the fat fairy. To think about cooking the fat fairy. 9.
I got a 10. I'm sorry, you fail to cook an edible meal. You maybe you're just not used to the pressure up here, up on the mountain, and so like you just didn't get the water boiling enough, because water boils. Is it faster or slower? Fuck. But boils slower Up higher, right? Okay, I had that right. Yeah. So you just like you rushed it, and so it just didn't boil properly, and so everything's like all chewy and half cooked.
I
And
again look longingly at the fairy that distracted me, knowing that would be a succulent stew.
could have been, could
Lizard folk,
have
we eat
been.
humans.
Can I make a roll to get my
I
shit together?
apologize.
Can you make a roll to get your shit together? You can.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Give me a get your shit together roll.
I rolled a 4 for get your shit together.
I rolled a 1. Your shit is together. Shh.
I'm awake now.
Can I, can I dom myself into getting the fuck up too?
Oh, I love that. You're just gonna self-dominate. I dig it.
It's an unconscious reaction for him at this point.
Hell yes, I got an 11 on that.
I got a 5, so you succeed, and you basically just like will yourself up into a standing position.
I'm also going to use one of my XP to get that up to Dom 3.
Excellent. All right, so that was an unfortunate encounter, but you learned that the enemy is using evil clones of you. So what you gonna do next?
I apologize about the food. My cooking skills are not as good as my caffeination skills. Would anybody
That
like an
happens.
espresso as an apology?
That's alright. Just have 300 cups of coffee ready to go when I need it.
I looked longingly at the river with the idea of just putting enough coffee in there to turn the river into coffee.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure caffeination.
I do want to know what happened with the evil clone fairy that came out into the river clearing. Is it still there watching us, or did it?
No, he was catching up to his other people. He was just way behind.
Okay, I would love to ponder what possible reason evil clones would have for ambushing us, winning, and then leaving. It seems very strange to old Bumblefook.
Ooh.
Usually when he gets beat up in the streets, they just keep punching him while he's down and take all of his coins.
That is fair. Do you have a skill that you want to use, or are you doing anything?
Doing anything, I guess. I got a 6.
I got a 2, so you succeed. And you are able to determine that perhaps the evil clones were only able to operate for short bursts.
Ah, okay. Now, getting a 6 does give me an increase.
You
Is that
automatically increase the skill you just used. So
the word I used was ponder, but if you have a better thing you'd
no,
want me to...
I like it. Ponder 2 now.
Okay. So yeah, I share that with the party. Old Bumblefook had a real brain blast and is like, I think those things can only work in short bursts.
All right, I don't want to go to a break. I kind of want to just, in fact, if y'all are good, I don't really want to do a break tonight. I think this is one of those things we can just push through and just complete the thing in our time slot, unless you guys really feel you need a break. Although I am just feeling like I need a drink refill. So
I'm good.
Want to just go ahead and say we're going to take 5. Everybody refill your beverages, and we'll come right back to the table.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
Sounds
All
good.
right, so I'm not even going to put up break screen or anything. We're just
Okay,
going to...
but I do have an immediate statement that I'd like to make when we get back from break.
okay, yeah.
You can make it now if you want.
Yeah, make it now.
Or-
Go ahead. We haven't gone yet.
Briar Rose is gonna approach Bumblefolk and put her hand on his shoulder and be like, "You know you're the most brilliant one of all of us, right?"
His eyes just get big and start watering. He's like, no one's ever said something so kind to me before.
All right. Take 5. Grab your drinks. Do your bios. Whatever you got to do.
Nope.
So are we still streaming through the break, or is the stream off while we're on break?
The stream is off while we're on break, I think, but I don't know for sure that Dave turned it off. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure we usually turn it off.
Okay. He just said that he wasn't going to put up the break screen. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, nobody use government names.
Fair. I was just
You
making
don't want the
sure.
man to catch me in my trails. You know what I mean?
For sure. I just apologize if you all start hearing dogs barking.
You're good.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Hey, Susui, or Dominic, I think is your name. No.
I will say I didn't
Might be
mute
talking to me.
anybody. When I said we were going and coming back, I didn't bother hitting the mute button. Y'all are all live. Just throwing
I
that
answered
out
my
there.
question. I just asked that too. Good thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good thing.
It's a good thing that
I
we
was
don't
filling
have
a
a
water bottle. What I miss?
Oh, I never muted us.
Oh,
I just got up to go get a drink and come back. Like, so, we all back?
I was gonna ask a question about Dungeon Crawl Classics. So.
Oh yeah. And this is not a horrible time to talk about that real quick for those of you who are tuning in and might be available to tune in next week. Mr. Coochie Mane is going to be dragging us through Dungeon Crawl Classics, and that's actually going to be taking up a few weeks, unlike Roll for Shoes, which can just be done in a single evening, and it's one of the reasons why we started that with the new format. DCC is going to take a good 3 or 4 days, or 3 or 4 sessions, right?
yeah. That's what we discussed. 3 to 4 is our goal.
Yeah. So that is what we're going to be working with for the next month after this episode.
Yeah, and Dungeon Crawl Classics is just like a super fun, kind of old school inspired system with a little bit of modern. Some of the stuff they figured out in the 20 years since Gary Gygax put out the original, is in there to speed things up, and just some of the philosophies of modern game design, but 90% old school and super like Gonzo kitchen sink style fantasy where there's just a bunch of random stuff and.
Yeah,
Pretty rules light.
I saw some ridiculousness in the freaking monster manual. It's wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
So my question for that specifically was.
Mm-hmm.
My question was, how many characters do you want us to prefabricate before we start that? Are we going to do the standard 4, or are we going to?
We're not prefabricating shit.
We're doing it
all. We're doing it all live in game. No prefabrication. We are going to be doing everything. The whole point of the Sputter Games is learn to play so we can demonstrate the whole process. So we're going to be doing the character creation on screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Dungeon Crawl Classics does require us to generate several characters. So what I figured we'd do, and feel free to cut me off if this is getting too in the weeds for what we're doing now. But basically, my plan was to have us do it like by the book, rolling dice, and randomly generate one character, so we can all kind of like ooh and ah and laugh as we go through the generation process. And then there is a website with a tool that can generate a batch of them, and then I can import them into Foundry. So I think we'll do one kind of the old-fashioned way, and then use a digital tool to speed the rest up. Because I think, especially for broadcast, like by the time we're getting on the fourth randomly generated character, it's like yawn, move on, please. You know what I mean?
I would say with 4 players and you as the GM on this one, we probably want to stick with 3 apiece.
3 is fine. Yeah, I would do the same thing though. Generate one with dice the old-fashioned way, and then use
2
a generator
random
for the rest.
I like that.
Yeah. And the tool that Dominic was mentioning, Purple Sorcerer.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. And that's stuff we're going to talk way more about next week. Every Purple Sorcerer, all the resources, all that stuff. That's all stuff I want to make sure that the audience has when we do the Dungeon Crawl Classics episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as soon as I watched the video kind of synopsis of what the system was, Dave, I went ahead and checked out Purple Sorcerer and have that favorited.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's really, really quick and easy to just randomly generate X amount of characters. So, yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and segue back into where we were. And where we were is on your first landmark on this journey. You guys were attacked by a bunch of evil clones of yourselves. And go.
Okay, so I'll bring us back in with after getting the nice compliment from my ally. I'm kind of skipping down the forest path, shaking my tambourine, going, "I'm brilliant! I'm brilliant! I'm absolutely killing it! I feel a bit. If I had flour, I'd mill a bit." And I kind of turn around, reflexively looking to dodge tomatoes, as I know I've lost it in the second half.
Go ahead and give me a perform check.
Okay. 7 plus 6 is 13.
Well, I got a 7 total. So, you perform phenomenally, and everybody just feels a little less like they got their ass kicked and a little more like they got some experience in life.
On that note, I'm going to start using my hammer like a golf club and try and shoot rocks at the Judd clone.
By this time, Judd clone is way too. Well, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to roll the number of appropriately difficult dice. What you got?
I got a 12.
I got a 16. You were indeed not within range, but hey, that's an XP for failure.
Yep. That worked out beautifully for me.
Sumatra would like to take a long, hard stare at Briar because she complimented his friend, and he wants to know if that compliment was sincere or if it was mocking.
Is this a ponder check?
I wouldn't say it's a ponder. I would say it's more of like I would say insight.
So do anything.
Not necessarily ponder because he's definitely judgment. Yeah, judgment.
Discernment or something.
It's do anything one. I just gotta know what you're doing with it.
I got a 3.
I got an 11, so you can't tell at all. So
right.
it's not. Yeah, you just don't know if it was sincere or sarcastic.
All right. I nod. Okay.
But you get an XP for failure.
Watching you. I do.
I gotta say, that's one of my favorite things about this system is you get experience for failing. You don't get shit for succeeding. Unless you roll all sixes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Is there only one path leading in the direction we're leading? Can I do some sort of search check or something to see if we're on the right place or survival check?
You can do anything.
Cute. That is a 6.
That is a 3. So you succeed in determining that you are on the right path and can turn that into a skill of tracking 2.
Tracking
You
2.
said survive. You said survival. I'll let it be more general. Just survival 2. Yeah.
Okay.
You said survival. So as you are moving around the branch, all of a sudden, Judd, the fairy, says, "All right, I think we're far enough out here for this now," and he just blows a gust of wind and starts flapping his wings, and all kinds of fairy dust starts moving around the area like pollen in frickin' spring, and you guys start coughing and wheezing and sneezing, and everybody roll me a do anything check.
Hey.
Can I argue that I've smelled coffee my whole life and would be able to roll caffeination instead?
No, because I am applying this roll to everybody equally.
4.
Okay.
2.
3.
Waiting for the last one.
1.
All right, I got a 5, so all of you just fall asleep in this pixie dust powder, but you all get 1 XP out of it, and could use that to turn this into, let me call it Resistance 2.
I'll take distance 2.
Resistance.
Oh, resistance. That makes more sense.
I also heard distance and was like, what is happening right now?
I know. So did I.
I will take resistance too.
I'll take it too, actually.
Sounds good. You all awaken several moments, an undeterminate amount of time later. You all awaken and find yourselves in the center of a ritual circle. Floating above you is a big, giant, flaming ball of yarn. Around each of the positions of the circle is the 4 hags. Sorry, the 5 positions around the circle forming a pentagram. Beneath the ritual circle, you see the 4 hags and Judd, the fairy. And they are all chanting and moving their hands and looking up, and across the way you can see this giant dragon made of cloth. You have encountered the dreaded Clothwing, and you are about to be sacrificed to the mighty dragon.
Yeah. I know.
What you doing? You all just awaken and are inside this circle, about to be sacrificed to the great cloth dragon, who
Are
looks
we bound,
upon...
or are we just there?
Yes, you are all tied up with yarn.
Fire yarn?
No. The yarn's not fiery. That would be defeating the purpose.
All right.
Am I
And-
still caffeinated?
Clothwing looks at you all and says, I will add you to my tapestry. And you see behind him a very detailed history of Clothwing being told through tapestry throughout the ages. And you see there's a blank spot in the most recent section of the tapestry that is got a big sign on it that says, reserved for the hero's demise.
I
Okay.
wouldn't recommend eating me. I've been known to cause indigestion.
He didn't say he was going to eat you. He said he was going to add you to his tapestry.
So
I still say that.
the first thing Bumblefook is gonna do is I'm going to say, dag nabbit, Judd, you will pay for your fabulousness, and I'm going to put on an absolute display of buffoonery. It could be a performance, but I think buffoonery makes more sense as I'm doing this like Charlie Chaplin, Three Stooges-esque writhing around as though I'm trying to break free of these bonds. Really, I'm just trying to create a distraction so my friends who actually might have a chance of doing something like this can break free of the bonds.
So, I just want to throw this out there. So I randomly rolled the evil clones, right? And I also randomly rolled a corrupt villager working with the threat, and then just decided to make it Deputy Judd for my own fucking ease.
Makes sense.
Anyway, buffoonery
I'm
roll
gonna-
for it. Ooh, that's a lot of twos.
So that was an 11 on buffoonery.
Okay, I rolled 2, 2, 2, 1.
Oh,
So that's a
shit.
7.
I got a
That's a 7.
I got a 5
7.
and a 6, and I'm going to use my banked EXP to upgrade my buffoonery, and also I succeed at this.
Yes, correct. Both of those things happen. And so you, with your buffoonery, managed to distract Judd, and it disrupts the circle. And who had the ponder?
That was also me.
Give me a ponder
Yeah.
check.
As I'm writhing and kicking in this insane display of escape, I also am having a nice think, and I got a 7.
I got a 7, and this is the first time we've gotten to encounter this. Man, we were tying left and right last week, right?
Yeah.
Man, we had so many ties. Okay, so what happens in Roll for Shoes when you tie is you kind of succeed, but you kind of fail. Okay? So the good news is, because you kind of fail, you do get an XP out of this.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
And I also just want to point out we tied as soon as I was tied.
That is accurate. That is accurate. Good wordplay. So yeah, but you kind of succeed and you kind of also fail. Now the success that I was noting specifically was because you distracted Judd. There's now a break in the circle, and it would be possible for you guys to get out of the magical field that's containing you. However, you also kind of failed, and the way you kind of failed is you're tied up. You can't move towards it right now. But you notice that the circle is broken, so escape is now possible. There's a slight break in the magical field in Judd's vicinity, and you notice that.
And I inform my teammates. I say, "Do it now! Go towards Judd! Leave me in the magical field!
All right,
Save the village from the booty secretion!"
Let us one at a time see how people react to this. I'm gonna start with. You know what? I'm gonna roll randomly to see who I'm starting with. Bailey, you are the first to act when you hear, and you are also tied up with Yarn currently, but you are the first to act when you hear, Bumblefook. I keep wanting to call you Bumfuck because, Bumfuck Iraq. Or actually, it's Bumfuck Egypt. There actually is, I think, if I remember, it was Egypt that there's actually a
Either
fucking
way.
city called Bumfuck. Anyway. Point being,
Not
Bumblefuck.
Googling it.
Yeah, well, when you Google yourself, that sometimes means something else.
We're not gonna Google Bumfuck City.
It is spelled with a Q, by the way, not a CK. Anyway, yeah, Bailey, you hear Bumblefook say, "Go now." There's a something. Go towards Judd now. That's what you said, something like that.
Yeah.
Can I use my survival check to try to escape these ropes?
Absolutely, you can.
That's a 7.
I got a 6. Guess what you just did?
Fantastic. Then I would like to, if you can tell me if I can't do this at the same time, but then I would like to get on top of the orc's back and jump up and ensnare the fucking ball of yarn floating above us in my cauldron.
It is not floating. It's like floating. Yeah, you would not be able to reach it on the orc's shoulders. It's up there like dragon head height.
Then I have other maneuvers that I definitely don't have time to make, so move on to the next person while
All
I
right,
figure
so
it
that
out.
was your reaction. You used your skills to your survival skill to unyarn yourself. Naga.
I'm gonna look up at Clothwing, be like, "Your tapestry sucks. You're my bitch now. Let us go."
All right, what skill are you using for this?
Dominate.
Dominate. Okay, so you are trying to dominate the dragon.
Yep.
You're a hero to us all.
Oh my god, I want to hear your roll because I have a lot of low numbers.
I have a lot of high ones. 16. I'm
12.
also gonna use my nice. I'm also gonna use
and
my
Clothwing looks at you and says, "Daddy."
Fuck yes.
Damn right.
How shall I serve you, Daddy?
Tell these bitches to take this rope off of us.
Oh, I'll do you one better than that, Daddy. And
The fuck you
Clothwing
will.
just starts breathing his dragon breath, but Clothwing's dragon breath is like ribbons, right? Like dance ribbons, right? Like on you know when you're on the U.S. Olympic team and they're doing the fucking floor routine kind of dance ribbons, just kind of coming out, and it just wraps up all of the evil hags and stuff, and ties them up and says, and then Clothwing turns around and lifts his tail up and says, "I've earned my punishment, Daddy."
Fuck you think? You haven't earned shit. I already said, you my bitch. We do things on my schedule.
Yes, so Clothwing has been dominated successfully and is awaiting reward for pleasing his master.
Come on, spontaneous, smack that booty.
All right. I'll walk up and smack the dragon on the ass. Like, you want a proper reward? Help us fight these trolls and rabid cats.
Woo! Oh, that gave me a shudder. Oh. And then Clothwing
The dragon seduces you.
Clothwing leans in and just whispers in Booty's ear and Boute's ear and says, "I'm submissive until it's time for me to get on top."
Damn.
Woof.
Good dragon. Where's my hammer?
fucking dying.
Not that one.
Oh!
Can I have that ball of yarn up there?
Why do you want my ball of yarn? This is my most precious possession. Master, please, do not make me relinquish the most precious thing in my hoard.
I mean, if you can help us defeat
I'll be
the
looking
thing.
pointedly at Clothwing, be like, yes, she can. Temporarily. I got plans for that yarn.
I need a
I'll bring it
consent
back.
check.
Consent. I love it.
Oh, God damn it.
You can use your dominate for this, by the way. This is
Oh,
this is not a
okay.
this is not a do anything roll. You can use your dominate for this.
Consent
There
check.
we go. Let's see. 9.
I got a
Oh, no,
7. What? Oh.
I forgot I leveled it up to 4. But
well,
it doesn't matter.
You still succeed. And
Yeah.
Clothwing will allow you to borrow the mythical flaming ball of yarn to defeat your trolls and house cat problem in the village. However, he insists that he be the one to transport it. Besides, if you guys try and touch it and drag it out of here, it might sting a little.
That's what the cauldron's for, bro.
No, that's fine.
Why do you think they brought me?
Because you are here for
Because I
what?
make a
It's
damn
my
good
turn
cup
to
of
be the
coffee.
Dom?
Yes. And don't threaten me with a good time unless you're going to provide.
Pegging's not new for me, bucko,
Coffee?
but it is for Disney.
I would like to make Clothwing a very strong cup of coffee.
All right, so Clothwing says that he will hold the flaming ball of yarn, and he is large enough to transport the party on his back to the village where your badonkadonk booty trolls are waiting.
Yes.
All right. So, montage, you guys get up on the dragon's back. Montage, you guys fly across the mountains that you just tracked. Montage, you arrive in the village just in time. Montage, I don't want to rhyme anymore.
Even Rocky had.
I know, I did.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Could I ask a question while we were in the montage? Did we
Fantastic. Yeah, go for it.
Evil twin. Evil.
No,
did we
no,
see
those were
evil fairy
those were
twin.
Those were created by the hags and the evil
Oh,
twins.
okay.
The evil twins went away when the hags were defeated by Clothwing, who got dominated.
Okay. All right. Damn it! I was gonna be like, we're gonna swap out for the evil twin. Maybe it'll be better than the actual one. That's why he didn't attack us.
Yeah. That's why. That's why he didn't attack you, because he was actually like the opposite of the real one. He was just like, nope,
Exactly.
out. Anyway, so you guys arrive, and these giant house cat riding bootylicious trolls are raiding the village with gigantic clubs, breaking things, stealing things, eating people. It's a mess. Like, you guys have been gone for a bit, and like there's not a whole lot of the village left. It's pretty much just a smoldering wreckage. And so what do you guys do? How are you going to utilize your skills and abilities that you acquired and resources you acquired to defeat this threat as the village is being wrecked to shambles?
Time for me to don some trolls. Leave the use of the yarn to my rope bunny up here.
I have an idea that perhaps I could, since I wanted to be the group's rodeo clown, I could just kind of run amongst the trolls with some of Clothwing's ribbons. And just sort of like run amongst them and get their attention, and then like sort of like a laser guides an airstrike.
Which of
Naga
your
and
skills do you want to use is what's really important.
I think buffoonery probably makes the most sense.
Buffoonery. All right, so give me a buffoonery check and describe to me in exactly what you're trying to do with that buffoonery.
Okay, so the number is not looking good. Okay, it's 9. And what I'm trying to do is like with ribbons, just kind of doing like a Mr. Bean ass thing, running amongst the trolls, trying to get their attention so they hit me, and waving the ribbons enough that they can see me from the sky. And again, like a laser guides an airstrike, they can just drop a line of ribbon on me that will distract the cats and, you know, not
So
be
you're
good for the trolls as it's on fire.
directing Clothwing to launch his ribbon breath at one of the trolls. You're trying to like use your buffoonery to guide Clothwing in to take out one of these.
I was thinking more the flaming yarn, unraveling the flaming yarn to create like a wall of yarny fire rather than the ribbon breath. But yes, basically that is correct.
Cool. So I rolled an 8 on 4d6, buddy.
Yes, I rolled a 9 on.
This is one of the
3d6.
things. This is one of the things I did not specify that are in the basic rules, because this is definitely more of a GM thing to be paying attention to. But very specifically, where was it? God damn it! Roll for I had it. I'm annoyed that I don't have it now. Where was? God damn it. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so there are 4 difficulty classes in Roll for Shoes, and it is so you have easy, average, hard, and nearly impossible. So if you are GMing this Roll for Shoes, you just determine what the player says they're going to try and do, and do you think that that is an easy thing to do, an average thing to do, a hard thing to do, or a nearly impossible thing to do, and you roll that many dice. So, obviously, I'm kicking it up a notch. You're supposed to kick it up a notch at the end, right? You want them to use their really strong skills to get shit done. So I'm rolling 4d6 against you. I just rolled way lower than you.
Huzzah! So I do want to, if you're into this idea, I think it would make sense. You know, I'm running amongst them, like I said, doing a Mr. Bean thing, just narrowly avoiding getting clawed or bitten or clubbed to death by these trolls.
And
but I think near the
helping Clothwing direct the flaming ball of yarn.
But I think near the end of this routine, I forget a crucial piece of intel that we've had from the beginning, and I juke and run between the legs of a troll, and I just see a drop of secretion falling right towards me.
So I need you to give me a resistance check.
Okay. 4 on 2d6.
I've been waiting for this.
I got a 9. And
yeah, so I definitely take that secretion right between the eyes.
You take that secretion right between the eyes, and you start tripping balls. And it's not like this scenario doesn't sound like an acid trip. Here's what you're tripping. Everything is calm and peaceful and quiet. There's nothing going on. You're at a day spa right now, not a village in the middle of imminent destruction.
So yeah, I'm gonna just stretch out and lean against a tree, and then I think probably we kick the camera over to the other PCs, and we'll see how I die in a minute.
All right, let's find out what Bailey wants to do while all this is going on.
I legitimately want to be searching for a way to catch some of the secretions
The
with my
bootylicious
cauldron
secretion.
so that I can create an antidote for this
Mm.
bullshit.
So give me a cauldron check.
Nice. That would be an 11, sir.
I got a 12. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, instead, yeah, you get an XP though. Instead of catching the booty secretion of this troll in the cauldron, it just drenches you like sheep drench in an ivermectin fucking bath. And I need you to give me a resistance check. Oh fuck, you're fucked.
That's going to be a 10.
I'm sorry. What did you get?
10? I
got
have
a
a 2
fif-
in resistance.
I got a 15, so that is a failure.
I see.
And you are going to start hallucinating that you are at this like huge pool party. It's like a foam party. There's a rockin' DJ. You hear some techno playing. It's not the best music you've ever heard, but you can dance to it.
That's fair.
So let's kick it over to Naga.
I'm gonna rock up on one of these trolls, and I'm gonna tell it, "Yo, you, get over near your brethren and start twerking like you need money."
All right, give me a dominate check. Oh my god.
14.
15. Oh, guess what?
Oh.
That troll did not like being told what to do and comes right over to you and starts, in fact, it's cat. It doesn't even try and swing at you with its club. Cat just comes over and takes a bite. And I need you to give me a resistance check.
Alright. 6.
12. You are rabid. You start foaming at the mouth. You're very, very thirsty and are interested in, and all of your aggressive behaviors just get dialed up to 11. And finally, Vexendano.
I feel like I've been in this situation before. Just look at my teammates, I shake my head, and I go, "God damn it, not again." Hey, Clothwing, are you also tripping balls, or are you still flying around?
Clothwing's still flying around, but remember, the person who has him dominated is now rabid.
Hey, Clothwing, you still got that ball of yarn, right?
You're not my daddy.
I know I'm not your daddy. I'm asking you a question.
I don't consent to you
you
asking
gonna
me
answer
questions.
it?
You're not daddy.
You're right. But your daddy said that I got to ride you.
I need
What's
to
that
hear
imply?
daddy give me permission.
Okay, daddy. All right, go find your daddy. I'll hop off, and then you can figure it out.
Daddy
go
told me to
go see your daddy.
No, daddy told me to fight these trolls. I'm going to fight these trolls.
Okay, it looks like your daddy over there is trying to fight him too, and he's not doing so well. You might want to go help him.
Don't tell me what to do.
I will tell you what to do.
Okay.
Go help your daddy or listen to me. Your choice.
Give me resistance check.
I got an 11.
I got an 11, so we tied. So kind of succeed, kind of fail. So rather than
I will
rather than using his ribbon breath on you, Clothwing just flies away and ignores you. That's how your kind of success, kind of failure pans out.
Okay. I'll use an XP to bump it up to my resistance to 3.
That's fine, but you still did fail.
I did. So now I'm on the ground, surrounded by these trolls and these cats with my entire team just fucking off doing their own thing. Like, I would like to find a. Is there a fire near me? Like, do the trolls set fire to the town?
Well,
I will say there are numerous buildings on fire. I think I said that before, so.
Well, and to recap, Bumblefoot ran through and the dragon was dropping like a line of flaming yarn behind
flaming
him.
yarn, yeah. So there are buildings on
there's-
fire, and there's
That's right.
trolls on fire, too.
Okay.
Matter of fact, the
So,
reason why
I'm going-
like, you have the freedom to do as much as you can do is because Clothwing is fucking around the trolls with the flaming yarn.
I am going to start to follow along the fire, throwing all forms of fish that I can find and meat that I can find in a direction towards spontaneous bouteille.
Sure. Is that a do anything one, or do you have a skill to back that up?
Cooking.
Cooking. Okay.
Because I'm throwing meat on fire, and I'm trying to produce a smell that
will allow
guides everything towards spontaneous bouteille.
Got it. Trying to create a smell that guides everything towards spontaneous boutte. I gotta up the difficulty and roll another d6 on top of what I originally rolled. All right, go ahead.
That's
What's your total?
Ooh, not good. 7.
I got a 10. So
Terrible.
unfortunately, you throw the meat onto the fire, but it's not luring anybody. Let's go ahead and kick it around back to Coochie, who can go ahead and make a resistance check to see if you're still tripping balls.
Okay, 6.
I got a 10. Sorry, you are still tripping
Yep,
balls.
all good. Yeah, I'm just leaning up against this tree. I've fished out my pipe. I've started to smoke. I'm like, kind of like, my eyes have narrowed, and I'm leaning over to one of the trolls. I'm like, man, what are you so worked up about? Happiness comes from your butthole, man.
Ooh, give me. Do you have a skill? Otherwise, it's going to be a do anything one. But I'm thinking like persuasion or something.
I think
I would
do
allow
anything one
performance.
is the most
Or performance.
If you're cool with performance, then that is
I would
do
allow.
have 3 dice.
I
in
would
that.
allow performance because you have it. Ooh, that's
10.
a cocked die, but it was a cocked 6. So let's see how that plays out. Another cocked 6. Can you stop? Okay, non-cocked 5. I got a 12.
Okay. Goodbye, Bumblefook.
But you got an XP for that.
Goodbye, Crow World.
And then
Okay.
let's kick it over to Bailey, who is at the rave of her life right now.
I am at the rave of my life right now, but I still think that I need to get my shit together because I am not used to partying this much. I
All
would
right.
normally be doing work right now.
Give me a get your shit together roll.
That's a 6, sir.
I got a 7.
Well,
Your shit is
can I
not
use an
together.
experience to bump it up or whatever?
Huh?
I rolled a 6 and I only have 1 and get your shit together.
No, you should have had 2 and get your shit together because it was a new skill.
Okay,
Remember?
then if that's the case, I rolled a 9, sir.
Okay, then that beats my 7. Your shit is together. You snap out of it and are now realizing, wait, this isn't a foam party. This is a fucking massacre.
Shit! Did I get any shit soup in my cauldron?
Yes, it was all over everything, but that was the problem, right?
Okay, I want to get out of the way before I try to do science.
Okay. There's no role for that. Obviously this game doesn't track movement like D&D does.
I mean, you can call it survival for me to avoid shit puddles if you need me to.
I'll buy that for $1. Give me a survival check.
That is only a 6.
I got a 5.
Okay.
You managed to avoid
One by a
shit puddles.
2.
All right. So you wanted to do some research with this shit soup, then, and try and create an antidote from it. Yes.
Yes, sir. Is that a cauldron check or a research check?
That would be a research check. I gotta make that one skill fucking relevant somehow.
9. That would be a 9, sir.
I got a 5. You are able to. It takes you a little bit of time, and while that time is happening, I will go to other players and find out what shenanigans they are involved in. But you will be able to make an antidote to the trippy shit.
Yay!
So let's go ahead and kick it over to, I think, Naga, were you? I think you were the next one, yeah?
Don't know if I was next, but yeah, I haven't gone yet.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna dominate the rabies.
You're gonna dominate the rabies. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Dominate the rabies. Okay.
I got a 15.
16. The rabies is not dominated. You are still rabid, and you get an XP, but you run over to. Let's find. I'm gonna roll randomly to determine which of your companions you run over to. You run over to. You run over to Buffoon Fuck. No.
Bumblefook.
Bumblefook. Trust me, that has been the funnest name to get wrong all night. So you run over to Bumblefook and you try to bite him, and I need a resistance check from Bumblefook.
Okay. Resist 4.
I got 12. You are now rabid, Bumblefook.
Hell yeah. I have this like little canteen I've been sipping on while I'm smoking my pipe, and suddenly I just become terrified of it and throw it at a troll and start running, literally with my hands flailing like olive oil from Popeye through the battlefield.
Talk about a fucking bad trip swing, right? Like, you're sitting there and this is just like, oh, yes, I'm like at a day spa. And then you get bit, and then the rabies mixes in, and now all of a sudden you are just like a monster ready to destroy anything in your path.
I am going to try to run up to one of the trolls and grapple its leg.
Okay, give me. Do you have a skill for that or no?
Not at all.
This is a do anything.
I mean,
right?
I think buffoonery might be applicable depending on how much you're willing to stretch it.
No, buffoonery definitely has a wide definition. So give me a buffoonery check.
Oh, the dice are not vibing with me right now. 7.
I got a 10. You try and jump onto a giant's legs and then just fall and literally just eat mud. And let's kick it over to Vexendono. What are you doing throughout all these shenanigans?
So I watch Briar come to and manage to expertly dodge shit puddles, and I go, huh. All right, that's interesting. And I looked over and watch Butte bite Bumblefuck, and Bumblefuck try to leg fuck a troll,
Yep.
which doesn't work out. This is everybody needs some coffee. So I sit down and I crack open my pot and I start making some coffee, and I walk over and I force feed Butte the strongest 7 cups of espresso that I've ever made.
All right, give me a caffeinated check, please.
That is a fantastic roll. That is a 14.
I tied you.
The sad part is none of them are 6s.
I tied you 14. So you kind of succeed and you kind of fail. Take your XP, do whatever you want with it. Your success. How do we?
I am going to give myself caffeination for it at this point.
You were trying to use caffeine to snap Bumblefuck out of whatever.
No, not Bumblefuck. Butte.
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 So you kind of succeed and you kind of fail. So Butte was rabid.
Yeah.
How does this succeed and fail?
Now he's just Ray.
How about the I'm no longer affected by rabies, but the coffee got poured into my lungs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're no longer affected by rabies, but something you have to do a skill to overcome the effects. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah. Yeah, you got to do something. Yeah, that works. So you are able to caffeinate the rabies out of him, but you are sitting there choking and sputtering on coffee because you aspirated some of it, and we'll come to that now. What you are choking and coughing and aspirating on coffee.
I'm going to try and resist.
There we go. Try and resist the choking aspiration. Go ahead.
God damn it.
That's what she said.
You got him.
Oof. A 5.
I got a 3, buddy. You're good.
Oh shit.
But now we're gonna kick it. Nope. That was it. You were just elite. That was a reaction. You were reacting to the effects that he did to you.
Right.
Right.
Okay,
so I'm gonna kick it over to Bailey. Oh no, you can still use your XP. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't have cut you off for that bit. I thought you were trying to do a thing, and I was trying to say nope. I'm kicking it over to another player, Bailey. Bailey, who's been sitting there researching the cure to tripping ass.
Originally, we thought it was going to turn people into stones. Now we understand that it makes people stoned. Totally different. Totally okay. If my research is successful, I would like to start splashing the stoned people with shit from the cauldron, just giving them a bath.
Okay, who are you starting with?
Baptizing.
I would absolutely start with whomever is closest that I can see is infected, but be making my way towards.
All right, give me a D6.
Bumblefuck.
Give me a D6.
A D6 for routing. Ooh, that's a 6.
Okay, that would make Butte the closest one to you.
Okay. Do I know if Butte's infected?
I need a skill check for that.
Research?
Judgment.
Sure. Either.
Double 6s. My dice love me right now.
I got a 1. So, are you still infected, Butte?
No, but I am coughing up a lung.
Okay. So Butte is coughing up a lung, but does not appear to be under the effects of tripping ass.
Okay. Well, I can't help with rabies. I can only help with tripping ass. So if he doesn't seem to be under the effects of tripping ass, I move to other people who are tripping ass, making my way towards Bumblefook in
All
that
right.
general direction.
Give me a d6 roll.
That's a 2.
That would put God damn, what's the Sutra?
I'm even trying to hit random people in the town if there's anybody still alive.
Sumatra. Lizard folk coffee guy. He's closer.
Does he look infected?
Are you still
No.
under the effect of tripping ass?
I have not been under the effect of tripping ass at all. I fully am unaware and am aware of my faculties.
Fantastic. So that is a no. So all the way across the battlefield on the other side of Butte, because he ran up to Butte and poured coffee down his throat, is Bumblefook. And Bumblefook, what are you still tripping ass?
I am both tripping ass and rabid.
There you go.
I splash him with cauldron
He needs
liquid,
all
as
the
well
help.
as trying to splash the troll next to him.
All right, I need a cauldron check.
Cauldron check. 15.
10. You successfully douse Bumblefook with the antidote, and you are not tripping, but you are still rabid, and it is your turn. And since you are still rabid, you go ahead and attack Briar. And so I need a resistance check from Briar.
That's a 9, sir.
I got a 6. You avoid getting rabies while trying to cure Bumblefook.
Nice.
All right.
You splash it on Bumblefook, and Bumblefook just takes his face out of the mud with crazy eyes and starts climbing up your cauldron, trying to bite you in the face.
But it is Bumblefook's turn, and what you are still rabid, and so I need you to give me a resistance check to the rabies.
That is a 10, and I am definitely going to spend an experience to get another resistance dice.
And I got an 8, so you both succeed and spend your XP. So you are
Excellent.
no longer rabid, and what are you going to do? It seems like now that Briar has a bit of a antidote, that there might be some way to rally behind this new revelation and use it to your advantage.
I think that Briar is going to be the key to getting the rest of everyone else out of this and bring, restore order to the village. However, I think at this point, Bumblefook has been to hell and back, and realizing he only has a moment of clarity is going to try to seize it for maximum effect with a heroic sacrifice. I would like to climb a nearby tree or other tall thing. So this is like everything I want to do. You can break it down into parts for rolls as you
I'm
see
listening.
fit.
All right.
I would like to climb a tall thing, fish into my bag for a beautiful piece of textile, and show it off to Clothwing, and then, assuming I get his attention, dive into the biggest mass of trolls I can as the ribbon breath goes off to change the momentum for my allies in the village.
Fantastic. So first, I'm gonna need a do anything check because I don't think you have a skill for like specifically getting Clothwing's attention.
Okay, well, performance or buffoonery, honestly, both kind of.
Actually, sure. Yeah, well, okay, yeah. Again, name the skill you want to use, and which would you rather use, buffoonery or performance?
I think performance is more fitting, as I'm.
Okay.
Oh my god, 2 1s on the first 2 dice and a 6, so 8.
9.
No.
So you
I have
fail.
Like infinite EXP now.
And it seems like Clothwing is very, very much engaged in whatever they are tangling with Come on, you got to give me that pun.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna hang out up here and try again as things progress with
All
my
right.
allies.
Let's kick it over to Vexin Dono. I think you have been quiet for a little bit. Hadn't had a turn in a bit.
I have not, but that's okay.
Right.
I would
Very
like.
very free form thing here, right? There's no initiative in this game.
And that's why I was patient. I would like to call over to Boutte and say, "Get your dragon under control. I need that ball of yarn."
Okay. Give me unless you have like persuasion or another skill or something, that would be a do anything one. Unless you got something else.
I feel like at this point, Boutte is probably addicted to caffeine.
Okay. I'll allow a caffeinated check for that.
I would, I would like to leverage my caffeination control over him.
Sure.
That would be a 13.
I got a 5, so yeah. You being caffeine daddy to his whatever other daddy, cloth dragon daddy, he is inclined to bring Clothwing to heel. Go for it. So that would be a dominate check from you, Boutte.
Yeah.
And you are using your dominate check to do what? What was it you wanted him to bring the flaming ball of yarn over here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Bring the flaming ball of yarn to me.
Okay. So what's your dominate check, Boutte, or if you have anything else you want to say or add to that?
I'm gonna yell up to Clothing after shrugging my shoulders like, Clothwing, give the ball of yarn to fuck, what's your name? Damn it.
Sumatra.
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 All right. Give me the roll.
Give the ball of yarn to Sumatra.
Give me the roll. Dominate roll.
That would be a 10.
I rolled a 1, so you very much succeed. And Clothwing just kind of does this little flyby bank and starts guiding the big flaming ball of yarn to the mass O trolls that you guys are in the middle of facing. This last little pocket of resistance before the booty troll threat has been defeated. And Clothwing comes, and what exactly did you want Clothwing to do with you're trying to bring Clothwing to your heel, right? So what's your command, or what are you using, Vexendono? I need a roll from you. I need a roll from you.
A roll from me?
I need a roll from you because
Ooh. All right. I guess it's a do anything. I'm trying to guide Clothwing to drop the ball of yarn so that it does the most amount of damage to the trolls and distracts the most amount of the trolls' cats.
All right.
Give me giant ball of yarn.
Give me a do anything 1.
I got a 5.
I got a 3, so you are successful. Clothwing comes around and then drops the ball of yarn right in the center of town, and all of the trolls' house cats, because they're cats the size of a fucking house, come bounding towards this ball and start trying to bat it around. And they move so quickly, so abruptly, at this distraction, this ball of yarn distraction, that all of the bootylicious trolls just start flying off the backs of their pussies and land on the ground to be easily executed and defeated by the party as you all run in and start clubbing them in their skulls.
I would like to attempt.
Anything you guys want to do to add to this?
As one of the trolls comes off, I'm going to try to jump off of the high place I'm on, mount its shoulders, and like Left 4 Dead jockey style, cover its eyes, and using buffoonery guide it into like hitting its head through a wall or something in the town. My goal is to have this troll installed as a permanent fixture in the town.
All right, give me your buffoonery check for that.
Oh, finally a decent roll. 12.
11.
Yes.
So the thing that you wanted to do succeeded. The thing you described. You jump onto the back of one of these trolls, cover their eyes, and they just face plant into the side of one of these buildings and lodge their head in so deep into the stone that nobody can remove it. And one day, there's just going to be this giant troll skeleton. Oh, wait, no, they're trolls, so they regenerate. So there's just going to be this troll with its head stuck in the wall, not able to move or do anything for fucking eternity.
Yeah, and my goal was to provide the village with an infinite supply of narcotics.
Exactly.
Right? All they gotta do is just, like, collect the troll shit, and now they just trip balls all the time. This just became the least productive
Bumblefoot,
town
the new drug
ever.
dealer.
Oh my god.
Bumblefoot turned drug dealer.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Roll for Shoes.
And I want to say in the epilogue we're all gathered around the troll's butt as it is stuck in the wall, and gathered with all the villagers, and there's like an 80s sitcom style ending where someone's like, "Oh, it looks like it doesn't turn you to stone, it turns you to stone," and we all like heartily laugh and slap our knees as the camera slowly pans out.
And fade to black. All right, that was an epic back to the Twitch, right? I know we've been gone for a while, and I hope you guys are enjoying the new format change. We plan to bring you way more like this. This is going to be. You're already seeing the kind of humor that we already had on Cyber Knights and Tomb of Annihilation, where we're just having fucking fun, but we're just having fun with more formats, right? That's all this really is we're just exploring different games to bring our same bullshit to you that we've always brought. And so, thank you guys, our audience, for we did have a couple of people watching live. I appreciate you. And for those of you who didn't catch us live, obviously this is going up on YouTube. And next week, Coochie is going to introduce us to Dungeon Crawl class. So stay tuned for that. This was a great first session back, and I look forward to seeing all of you guys next week, and that goes to both my players and the audience. We love you.
Have a good night, everybody.
Say your goodnights, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night, folks.
Night-o.
All right.